Van, what's taking so long? I'm ready. Well, hello, YouTube. Hello. Well, are we live on the Facebook? I just don't see myself yet. I don't care. I don't need to see me. Happy Friday, everybody. Glad you're back. Whatever your name is, Jacob Freeze. Everybody, Jake Freeze. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you did not have the COVID. Did you miss us yesterday? Without us, were you as productive yesterday?
I got my stuff done, but it wasn't as...
Did you train?
I did my training.
Did you call?
I did my calls.
All 50 calls?
I did 60 calls.
Good job. Proud of you. 60 seconds of gratitude is how we start every single show, Monday through Friday. Today, I'm thankful for this group. These men. Why do you think I'm proud of them, Josh? Why do you think I'm proud of them?
I'm not sure. Why are you proud of them?
Why do you think I'm proud of them?
They're better than Josh at what you said earlier.
What? So you need to be expanding your awareness, Josh. What are they doing right now? Good morning, Amanda, Lorema. If you're on here, like, comment, and share the stream. Talking about personal responsibility. Like when you're looking over there at them. I know. But why are you having such a hard time acknowledging? What are they? So you've paid attention. Do you see them prospecting? Well, so what do you see?
I see a relentless amount of outflow.
Oh, now the reason why that's bothering you is because of something inside of you. What do you think that is?
You said that they were better than me earlier.
Oh, and has that made you mad?
Yes.
Well, why does that make you mad?
Because it's bullshit.
Well, congratulations to this team over here because they've sold 4 houses in the last 30 days. Is that what it is? Well, I've been to the last month, and I was telling people, hey, y'all better watch out for this group over here because the people that are doing what they're doing, they're going to pick up momentum. Like they're talking to this person and that person, and the next thing you know, when you're working like that, it's just going to attract a whole lot of business. So I'm very, very grateful to have the example that they're setting over there, Josh Freeze. You ought to pay attention to this. Pay attention because you're going to be amazed at how their efforts multiply. Are you proud? How many calls did you make yesterday?
52, I think.
Did you hit 52? Well, good.
I hit 50 calls every day.
I apologize, Josh.
Hey.
I apologize. It's my fault. It's my fault for not knowing.
Well, it's my fault for not.
No, it's.
Man, you don't trust me though.
Today's show topic, like, comment, and share this stuff, okay? Because this is some deep level voodoo stuff. Good morning, Shannon Wheeler. Good morning. Thank you, Gail, Miss Cowboy. Thank you for getting on here. How much personal responsibility are you willing to take? We were at breakfast this morning, and I was telling them the story last night. We all mess up. That's just human nature. And we can all openly admit that we mess up until it's time to confront that we've messed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm not perfect. Hello, Andrea. Thank you for getting on here. We can always admit it when there's nothing emotional at stake, when our pride's not rattled. You know what I'm saying? Do you ever mess up?
All the time.
Do you ever mess up? So last night, well, we're dealing with one of this man's little boo-boos, okay? So I had to call the gentleman up because he's, not happy. My wife can tell you. She heard the call. Was he happy? Brittany Renee? Hello?
Hey.
Was that man happy last night?
Who?
The man I had to talk to.
Josh?
No, the man I had to talk to about.
Oh, that man. No.
He was not happy at all. Now, in fairness, a lot of things maybe he's unhappy about are just really parts of the ebbs and flow of this business, but he didn't understand it, okay? And whenever we got on the phone, he's like, man, it's going to be about 10 minutes of me venting. And I didn't say a word for about 12 minutes. 12 minutes. I mean, he had he just told me the story. He went through the whole story. And, while he was going through the story, I could have interjected and corrected him on some of the things he misunderstood. I didn't do that. I didn't do that one time. At the end of it, when he was done, I just said, man, I just want to tell you, before you're beating up on Josh, but the person you should be mad at is me. because I was aware of what was going on, and I should have jumped in there and helped Josh do this. This is my fault. And by the end of the conversation, his emotion had calmed down. He was no longer, I don't think he was mad anymore. I took that responsibility. So this morning we were talking about that at the breakfast table, and I was talking about our code here at the office about whose fault is it you missed yesterday?
Me.
Whose fault is it I call Hayden and he didn't answer?
Me or Hayden?
Whose fault was it?
It's my fault. Should have woke him up.
It's really my fault.
Yeah, whose fault is it? And I was telling the breakfast guys this morning, and they're like, dude, you're so full of shit. That's ridiculous. And here's what I'm going to tell you. People that are willing to take the most responsibility are the people that are going to succeed the most. Just always remember that. Pay attention. Pay attention to everybody that you're around, and pay attention to the people that are going to be victorious. It's my fault. I'm going to fix this. Versus the people that are victims. Wasn't my fault. It's my truck's fault. It was the traffic's fault. Yesterday it was the traffic's fault. Hayden is on here. I called him this morning. He did not answer. Andre, sometimes you just got to let people be right. It only takes one person to end an argument. That's what Andre says. Okay? So I was validating that he was right. No matter what I said, Josh, no matter how much true logic that I was right on, it was not going to change the way he felt. The best thing I can do is get to where his feeling is. But most people can't do that. And we're going to talk about the reason why. You're either motivated, inspired by your ego or by mastery. You're going to fall in one of these two categories, okay? The people that are motivated the most by their ego are know-it-all people, and they focus on the result. They don't care how they get what they want as long as they get what they want. People that are motivated, I'm motivated by mastery. And I am much more concerned about the process, the way we did it, as opposed to the end result. Because I know over time, for me to get what I really, really, really want, it's about these little daily processes. How often, if you're going through role play, do I stop you on just something this small? Because you could say something and get the result, but I'll come back in there and start questioning, hey, what could we have done better right here? Most people just can't do that. They're just looking at did they get what they wanted? Like in basketball, do you feel good if you hit a lucky ass shot? Does luck help your confidence?
Not really.
Does luck help your confidence? Do you all think luck helps your confidence?
I mean, a tad, but not much.
See, there's a lot. So would you rather build luck or would you rather build skill?
Skill, I'd rather do it over and over and over.
That's right. So whenever I get lucky, it doesn't really do anything for me. It actually probably makes me feel like, damn, I got lucky. How often are you successful, but it was lucky? Like sometimes I'm going to go play golf today, and like if I'm on a par 3 and I hit a shitty shot and it hits a tree and it rolls on the green, how would you feel about that?
Good break.
It's a good break, but I don't feel good about it. My wife says good stuff. Thank you for getting on here, Brittany Renee. So how much personal responsibility are you willing to take? If you're motivated by your ego, it's extremely hard to take personal responsibility. Just look at that. What are you the most motivated by? Getting better or getting lucky? Are any of y'all here?
Getting better.
Hello. Are you rattled because you didn't write down whose fault is it that net sheet is not filled out and documented? See, here's what you need to be thinking about. If we are in a lawsuit in a year from now and we go in there and they're like, well, let's just pull out the net sheet. See, you haven't been through this. I've been through a few lawsuits. And then these lawsuits they come down to not what you told them, but what you showed them. And where is it? So you should always, always, always make sure they look at that, because that's what we're going to go back and look at. And right now, you're a little grumpy because you didn't do it. And you're mad at me for bringing it up, right?
I'm mad at myself because
Okay.
I didn't record it. I don't have records of it.
So if you're on here, do me a favor. We're really looking for people to help with our Google reviews. My wife has come in here. Who is taking responsibility for getting them Google reviews? Look, these Google reviews don't have to be clients. Do you have any friends? Jake ain't got a single friend. I'm like, hey man, who could you call? I ain't got no friends. Do you?
No, I got friends, just not family members that would want to do it.
None of your family, not one family member.
Maybe my grandma. I'm gonna ask my grandma right after the show.
Does she know how to use an email? Is she on email? Does she know how to use Google? Does she know how to hit the 5-star review and say Jake is awesome? Very trustworthy. You've got the most. Y'all need to catch up. You know people. You got a lot of friends out there. So give me one example of how you could take more personal responsibility.
Make 100 calls instead of 50 calls or 60 calls a day.
I'm not necessarily looking for that. I'm looking for more like this. I want you to set a target of what you're going to do every single day. What is that going to look like? See, here's where people get tricked. I ain't asking you to do more than 50. You throw that out there, then you come up short because Hayden says, hey, go do this or go do that. 50. How often y'all hit 50? How often y'all hit 50 in the last week?
We make 50 calls a week. Not all in the system. We make 50 calls a day every single day
Okay.
of the week.
Well, see, I trust that. I don't trust him. You know why?
Certain.
No. Well, why would I be uncertain about this dude?
Because it's shooting over 50.
No, because I haven't seen it. We believe what we witness. We believe what we experience. What are you coming in to do? What do you have there? So we're about to, hey, I've got to get to the doctor's office. I got to take personal responsibility for my health. I got to go back in there. I got to go back in there. I got to confront something that's challenging and accept this is my fault. If you're willing to say this is my fault, no matter what it is, that's the only way I know to improve things is to take personal responsibility and say, I can improve this. Von Grafton, shut us down.